Hey curl friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me again this week. Or if you're new here, it's great to have you join me this week for the first time. So this week I am going to be doing part of my discount store find series. I'm going to be continuing on with that, and I want to bring to you today two finds that I have gotten a little bit more recently than some of the others. It is Aunt Jackie's. Now I got these at my local TJ Maxx, and I usually find Aunt Jackie's in there to some degree or another. There's usually a couple products there almost every time I'm there, and they vary sometimes, but these two happen to be the ones that were available when I was there, and I thought, you know, why not pick these up? Because like I said, I always find them at whether it's TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I don't get to Marshalls that often, and occasionally I find these at Burlington. They just seem to be really prevalent, I should say, at these discount store places. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into styling my hair. I want to do it as wet as possible because I'll talk about that as we go. But let's just get into this. Okay, this is the Aunt Jackie's Quench Moisture Intensive Leave-In Conditioner. And this is to revive dry hair with Aunt Jackie's Moisture Rich Leave-In Treatment. Natural ingredients include marshmallow root that give it great slip and just enough moisture to keep the thirstiest curls and coils refreshed. This also has shea butter and olive oil in it, but they are lower on the list. The directions say you can apply this on clean, towel-dried, or dampened hair. Squeeze into hands and rub palms together to apply throughout the hair. Gently comb through, starting at the end and working up to your roots. Don't force the tangles, and apply more as needed to tangled areas. Then style as usual. So this sounds like they are marketing this more towards a detangler, and I bought it more as like a leave-in, but oftentimes my detanglers and leave-ins can work the same way for me. And really my hair isn't tangled at all, at least it shouldn't be. I've run the brush through it before as I was trying to get my hair soaking wet, and I'm going to apply a little bit more water off camera and just make sure my hair is soaking wet, and then we'll get into styling. Okay, for this, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I have it in my notes that, and I can see clearly right here, glycerin is second on the list. So some of you who are very sensitive to glycerin, that might be helpful to know. I have found through trial and error that it isn't always such the bad factor that some people make it out to be. But that's a whole nother video, and I'm really not the expert on that, I don't feel like, at least not yet. So I'm going to continue with my trial and error of the glycerin, but we're going to get into this. Let me just first of all see what it smells like. I'm going to take the cap off. It has a pleasant, fresh scent, but I can't really describe it any particular way. It doesn't really smell fruity. It doesn't really smell floral. I guess just kind of like a fresh, soapy, perfumed scent, but not overly strong. I find it pleasant. So I'm going to go in with less is more. It's running down my hands. It's pretty runny. And I'm just going to apply this to the one side. And the reason why I want my hair soaking wet is because lately I have had, I don't know, my hair has just been kind of acting up. I don't know if it's with me trying all these different products. That could very well be. But I'm missing a spot here. Okay. But I just feel like my hair has been kind of out of whack a bit. And it's, how do I want to describe it? It's been a bit more stringy lately when I style, and even though I try to do clumps with my curls with using the brush, it just doesn't want to seem to really clump that much. It just, I don't know. And it will be decent for the first day, and then it will just kind of not really dry out, but just become kind of more dry acting. I don't know how to describe it. And so I'm just, this last wash day that I did, right now I'm brushing through just to disperse the product, but this last wash day that I did, I just washed my hair, and I should note, I have clarified too in between this, in case if I had product buildup, you know. I wanted to make sure that my hair was clarified at other times, but this last wash day, I just did a simple wash and condition, and then I just put some leave-in conditioner in my hair, and I just let it go. I didn't do any styling to it, and my hair was nice and soft. I only had it like that for 3 days, so it wasn't terribly long, but my hair was nice and soft that entire time. So it could be products I have been using. I don't really think that's the only case. So we're going to work with this the best that we can and just see where it gets us. I have tried these products out a couple of times, and in the past, I've done it more in like it wasn't like the really cold weather. It was more like the transitional fall to winter weather. And I got some pretty good definition for the first couple days, but it wasn't like a long lasting wash and go. So, all right, we're just going to now start applying the gel. Okay, this is the Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink Flaxseed Elongating Curling Gel. And it says to give dry, shriveled up curls and twist a nice stretch with Aunt Jackie's special blend of moisturizing conditioner, flaxseed, and wheat protein with the nourishing omega fatty acids. Flaxseed has been widely used as a natural remedy for hair growth and anti-thinning and overall scalp health. With regular use, hair is left soft and without a crunchy, tacky feeling. This is enriched with flaxseed and wheat protein. The directions say to apply a small amount can be used on clean, dry hair, but works best on clean, wet, or damp hair. Apply more for tighter curls and less for elongated curls. Air dry or diffuse on a light setting. So when I applied these, I did not really read the directions that well. And I did not read that apply more for, what did it say? It said apply more for tighter curls or less for more elongated curls. And that still kind of makes me nervous because, well, one, I don't really want my curls elongated, especially with my long hair already. They tend to self-elongate due to the weight of the hair. But I don't want to weigh my hair down too by putting too much in. I'm just going to go with a medium amount. What my gut instinct says feels right for my hair. You can see this is a pretty thick gelatin consistency. And so my hair is soaking wet. I'm going to see how this applies to my hair, but if I feel like it is, I think because my hair is so wet, I don't really need to worry about watering it down, but if my hair was more damp, I would water this gel down. So I'm going to go in with a fingertip amount and just praying hands. I am going to get up to the top to try to make sure I don't get frizz up there. I'm going to kind of break through now at this point. I'm going in with another fingerful here. And I think after I apply these, I might flip over and scrunch a little bit and apply a little bit more as I'm scrunching. At that point, I may water it down just a little bit in my hands just to try and help it disperse a little bit better, because at that point, I'm going to be mainly focusing on the scrunching, not so much applying product to my hair. So okay, that played pretty well. And I think we are ready to flip over and scrunch. So like I said before, I'll just kind of fast forward through this part and I'll check back. Okay, so I have both the products in my hair now, and before I forget, I do want to kind of name the scent of this, if I can. This has a little bit more of a chemically smell to me. Yeah, I don't really find it all that pleasant, but it's very mild, so I don't smell on my hair since I've applied it, and I wouldn't know that's what that scent was being on my hair. Like I said, it's very mild, but if I stick my nose right in it, I don't really care for the scent. It just smells chemically. And before I forget to mention, there is glycerin as the second ingredient on this. So once again, if you're trying to avoid that, you know, this may be something you want to avoid. But I have both the products on my hair and I am going to diffuse here very shortly. I will say that once again, for my experience applying these products before, is that I kind of got a lighter, fluffier wash and go. It was more separated. I don't know if that was due to the fact of how much water I had in my hair or just the nature of the styling products. But I did really want to saturate my hair this time to give my curls the best chance to clump together and not have that separated look as much. I'm okay with that look sometimes, but sometimes I really just don't want that. And I've been having it a lot lately, so I would rather have my more clumped curls that I have gotten in the past. And also I do want to make note that these products were $7.99, both of them. Yeah, $7.99 at my local TJ Maxx. And so I'm sure you can find them if you have one of those discount stores. You can find a variety of Aunt Jackie's products there. I encourage you to check it out. I mean, they are very affordable, and we're going to see the results here in, well, for you, just a few seconds. So be right back. All right, curl friends, I am back with my hair fully diffused, and these are my results. So I did decide kind of last minute off camera to just wet plot my hair. I was hoping that would maybe let the moisture in the product soak into my hair, kind of let the curls form there before I diffused. And so I did that for about 10 minutes. I got impatient. I was planning on doing it a little bit longer, but I got impatient. And so just for 10 minutes, when I took my hair out of the wet plop, I felt like I could notice my curls. They looked a little bit more stringy once again. So I did take a little bit of water on some areas where there's some wet frizz specifically. I should say stringy, a little bit more wet frizz. So I took some water where there was a little bit more wet frizz, and I just kind of sprayed that down with my aerosol bottle just a little bit and kind of, not really finger coil, but just kind of laid that frizz down. I guess I did kind of do a little bit of a finger coiling, but not to any real extent or anything like that. But just trying to kind of lay that frizz back down. It wasn't much. It's just in a few areas. When I flip my head over, it lays like right in front of my face, which would probably be like these areas here. So I did diffuse my hair. And I will say I never had a cast, and I don't think in the past I had a cast either before, but there was definitely no cast this time. So I believe this is more of, from my experience, more of a lighter hold gel. And so I did have some frizz when I was finished drying. I diffused to about 95% of the way, let it finish air drying the rest of the way. And like I said, at that point, I could definitely notice some frizz was forming. If I put it more in the center part, I feel like it's a little easier to notice. It's not as bad now because while I didn't have a scrunch to crunch out, I did use my Argan Magic Intensive Hair Oil, and I believe I've shown this before on my videos, but I just kind of sealed my hair with that. Because this was such a light hold, I felt like I just wanted to give an extra layer of protection for my curls to help the style last, because if I didn't, my hair would have been a frizz ball in no time. It wouldn't have held. So I did do that, and I did do a light layer of hairspray with my Garnier Fructis hairspray. And so this is where we're at now. I don't really like the center part, so we're gonna change that. And so right now I do like my curls. Like I said, they did separate a little bit more, but I think this is a good size for me for my curl definition, and I am liking this. So I'm happy with my results so far. I'm going to check back tomorrow. So the weather for today and tomorrow, I think it's supposed to get up into like the low 50s today and then drop down into the 20s again. Tomorrow is supposed to be cooler in the 30s, and we are supposed to possibly get some rain tonight. Now, I don't plan on being out in it, so it shouldn't really affect my hair too much, I wouldn't think, if I'm in a inside temperature controlled environment. So I just wanted to let you know some of the environmental factors, and I will check back tomorrow. But before I do that, I am going to show you the back of my hair because I actually remembered to today. All right, so that's all for today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, girlies, I am back for day 2 hair using Aunt Jackie's, and this is what my hair is looking like so far. Curls on this side, curls on this side. And just a reminder, well, it's only been seconds since you've seen it, but I used the Aunt Jackie's Quench leave-in conditioner, and I used the Don't Shrink Flaxseed Elongating Gel. Now, my thoughts on this are that over the course of yesterday and into today, my curls, I felt like kind of fell flat and kind of elongated a little bit. Not that I think that that gel stretched out, but I think that more so it just didn't have the hold. It was very soft. My hair is very soft, and it just didn't have the hold to keep my curls in their springy texture. Now they do look pretty good right now because I did put just a little hairspray on it to just try to give it some more reinforcement, some more hold. And I do have some more frizz today, and that's part of the gel not having much of a hold. It's very soft, but a lot of people really like that soft, fluffy, voluminous look, and that's great if you do. I mean, these could be good products for people who really enjoy that soft, fluffy look. As I was saying, my hair remained soft and moisturized feeling. It didn't dry out, which I have kind of had some issues with. I've talked about a little bit earlier in this video, I believe, but I didn't have that problem this time. And so I'm happy with that. My curls did stay intact. They just kind of elongated more. I'll show you my hair if I do the center part. Maybe you can see the frizziness a little bit more up in here. It's not terrible. It's just, it's not my favorite, but I do plan to continue to use these products. One, I hate wasting products. And two, they really aren't that bad. I mean, they're just not my ideal type. I like that firm hold. I like that it gives me the security that's going to hold up for multiple days throughout my week. And so, but today I do have to pull my hair up anyways for work, so it's kind of doesn't really matter, I guess, if it holds up or not. So I can continue to use these products and get my money's worth out of them. So I recommend, if you're looking for something, like I said, to experiment with, give these a shot. Maybe they'll work for you. Before I check out, someone wants to say hi. He's been pulling my leg here for a while. Little Elmo says hi, but he doesn't look in the camera. So, all right, until I see you again next week, I hope you have a great day. Bye.